Welcome back to Shuow Lottery Empire. Today is Sunday, Aseda, okay? We have two set of plans for us to watch, okay? Alright. Before we discuss this particular plans, first you click on the like button, okay? And don't forget this is a new channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly click on the subscribe button below. Let's proceed straight up to the first plan. Come to the year 2023, it's on board. Okay, at event of 50. Event 50. Group 8 will drop at first box, single 8. Following week, a constant number 87 will drop at first box, 87 like this, first box. With 50, fourth box, constant. Okay, correct. So following week, this group 8 that started the plan will go plus of 9 to give us 17 to drop at first box. Like this. So after the plus of 9 of the group 8, 17 has dropped at first box. Following week, Lotto will give you these two constant numbers, single one at first box with 64 at last box, like this. Okay, and this 17 will counter to center box machine. So the 17 will counter 62. Okay, so let's compare this plan to the current. So currently at event of 98, Lotto will give you group 8 at first box, 53. And this is the counterpart of the single 8 on the plan itself, okay? So group 8 will drop at first box, 53. Following week, constant number 87 will drop at first box. And this 87 will connect 50 at fourth box. So from these two constant numbers, this group 8 that started the plan will go plus of 9. So 53 plus 9 will give us 62 to drop at first box. Okay, so after the plus of 9 of the 53, 62 has dropped at first box, following week, Lotto will give you these two constant numbers, single one at first box with 64 at last box. Okay, and you see this 62 will counter to center box machine like this. Correct. Back to the plan. So today, this is the next event. Okay, let me underline this side also. You will know the reason why. So this plan is telling us that this 50 minus of this 1 will give us 49. Okay, and here 60 over here, repeated to lap 64, which is this 64 that drop at last will repeat. Okay, with its equivalent 35. And 84 constant is dropping directly under the 64. Okay, so to have a complete event, you will be replacing these two numbers, which is double 630 with 3564. I will explain why. Alright, so if you compare this to the current, the plan is saying from the 164 at position, following week, 1 out of 50, which is when you subtract 1 out of 50, you get 49. Like this. You get 49, dropping at first box on the plan. Okay, and this 64 is repeating with its equivalent, 35. Alright. So if you have any idea on this particular setup, just share it under the comment section. Okay, so that we can all discuss. Okay. Alright. So the reason why we are replacing the 60-30 with the 35-64, let me take you through. So come to event of 32. Lotto give you 87 like this. Following 62, we'll lap it. Okay, so when this formation occurred, following week 64 as a free banker. So immediately the 64 drops, this 64 must repeat with its equivalent. And you could see 60 constant. Okay, the same as this, the 64 repeated with its equivalent 35 with the constant 60. Okay, so this setup, let's compare it to the current. So 87 drop like this at event of 99. 87 following 62 will lap it like this. So this lapping occurs following week 64 free banker. So when this banker drops following this 64 must repeat with its equivalent 35 with a constant 60. Okay, correct. So let me take you through the second plan. So the second plan will be taken from Noon Rush Friday paper. Okay. All right. It's a machine setup. Come to event of 32. 48 or drop like this. Following week, 62. From the 62, single one will lap the 62 like this. Okay. And this one is connecting with 57, 57. And if you come to the machine side, you can see this 62 will counter 17 to center box to connect with 32. Okay, so we'll come to the current. So at event of 99, 48 will drop. Following 62. From the 62, single one will lap the 62 like this. With 57 on the line. Okay, and this 62 will counter 17 to machine, dropping with 32, close like this. Back to the plan. So this is the next event. This is the next event. Okay. All right. So your free banker on this event, here the 57 single one supposed to drop with 27. But if you come to the current, the 27 didn't drop. So the plan is saying this 27 must move the following week as your free banker. And even here, the single one repeated. The single one repeated to lap the 27. That's why it's making this 27 very, very strong. Okay. And again, this 32, that drop with the 17 close. This 32 is jumping straight up to lap the single 162. Okay. With the 82.28. So this is the second event. So if you come to the current, the plan is saying 27 is supposed to drop with the 157. Okay, so today this 27 must come as a banker. 27. Okay, and even the one over here repeated. And the 32 at machine, move from machine to lap the 162 like this. So 32 must drop at first box. Okay, all right. So without wasting much time, let me take you through our predictions for Sunday Aseda. So on Sunday Aseda, on the date of 7th of July 2024, this will be our predictions. Okay, so this is the first event. 49, 60, 84, 35, 64. 49, 60, 84, 35, 64. Okay, and the second event, 27, 32, 82, single one, and 28. Okay, you can combine these two events and you pair them. All right, so this will be our selection from these two events. 27, 32, 64, 35, and 60. 27, 32, 64, 35, and 60. Our two share will be in this form: 27, 32, 27, 32, or 64, 35, 64, 35. Our banker is 27 for Sunday Aseda. Okay. All right. So stay safe out there, and thanks for having me. Thank you.
Always remember this verse during difficult times. Romans 8:18. The pain that you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that's coming.